Developing now that the Pfizer COVID vaccine has full approval from the FDA, it could be opening the door to more vaccine mandates potentially. And joining us now to talk more about that is David Sprinkle. He is the managing partner at Veritas Recruiting Group. Hi, David. Good to see you as always.
Hi, Amy.
All right, so let's talk about what this means, right? Because we've talked about this before. What does this change mean in terms of businesses now being able to require their employees to get vaccinated?
The businesses have always been able to require it since the really most recently. That hasn't changed. So the FDA approval hasn't changed it. What really changes it is the consumer sentiment and possibly the tolerance of businesses to say, okay, you know what, let's just do this as an organization. It's approved now. What's the holdup? Let's get on with this. And so I think you're going to see more companies that are going to be responding to the sentiment of people out there. The more surveys that come out, the more the people are like, look, we don't mind. Like, make it mandatory. I'd rather just get it over with so that we can go back to work in a normal fashion.
Well, so David, as an employer, then you have to look at it from this perspective too. If you're going to mandate something like this, a certain percentage of your workforce might decline and might choose to leave, right? It sort of opens up a whole new can of worms for them.
And the good thing is, as an employee, you've got a lot of options right now. Everybody's hiring, and it's hard to find people. So as an employer, that's a risk-based question that the employer has to ask themselves before we institute this policy. You know, what we're going to risk losing people, and are we okay with that? And because it's going to be really hard to replace them. The competition for talent right now is at its all-time high. I've been doing this 25 years. I've never seen an employment market like this. So this is a good time to be looking, and most people are looking. So you add in the mix of, hey, now we're going to require you to get your vaccine, and the ones that say I'm not ever getting it are probably going to change jobs.
So we know yesterday that the U.S. military said all military members now have to get vaccinated. Disney came out and said all union members have to get vaccinated. Do you think now that we've got this FDA full approval, we're going to see more and more companies moving in that direction?
I do. I saw some surveys recently that said only about 25% of employers right now are mandating, but that 75% of employees are saying that they would be open to their employer mandating it. So that's a big shift in terms of what the employee sentiment is and what what employers are doing. I think you'll see those start to meet in the middle somewhere, and I think you'll see more companies that will do it. And look, it's like 50-50 out there in terms of politics. It's 50-50 out there in terms of the people that lean one way or the other on the political spectrum that run companies. And so I think you'll probably see about 50% of the companies, if I'm not Nostradamus, and I can't make that a huge prediction, but that's where I think this is going in terms of the way the trends are happening, is you'll see about 50% of the companies that'll require it. And then you've got options. If you're an employee, again, you've got a ton of options right now. It's not like we're in the heart of a recession where there's no jobs.
Well, there are so many unfortunately, those COVID numbers are going the wrong direction, and that's probably influencing a lot of companies too.
Without a doubt. And a lot of the people that were kind of on the edge of should I get this or not, I think the FDA approval is going to help those folks. But then also you look around and you're starting to see, unfortunately, some healthy friends that didn't get the vaccine that now are struggling and fighting for their life, and some lost their life. And I think the more of that, unfortunately, that we see happening, the more the people that are hesitant to get the vaccine are getting it. The companies that maybe were hesitant to mandate it are making it mandated. And the people that have their heels dug in, they're, one way or the other, you're not going to change their minds.
Right, they might not ever change their minds. Well, David Sprinkle, Veritas Recruiting, always great to talk to you. Thank you so much for being with us.